Funko Games has a title that has definitely caught my attention. E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Light Years from Home game. This is for 2 to 4 players ages 10 and up and should take you about 30 minutes to play. E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Light Years from Home game is a cooperative game in which you play as Elliot, Gertie, Mike, or Greg, as they try to find parts for E.T. to create a communication device to contact his home planet. You race around the neighborhood using ramps and shortcuts to avoid federal agents bent on capturing E.T. To win, you must find all the parts of the device and get E.T. to the clearing when the mothership arrives to pick him up. That sounds fun. It really does, especially if you're familiar with the movie, if you're a fan of the movie like myself. I fondly remember going to the theaters when this movie first came out. And this is being brought to us by a design team that has more than caught my attention over the last few years. Prospero Hall, they're the design team here. And everything I see by them is just another home run after home run. If you get the baseball reference, I guess. I don't know. I'm not much of a sports guy. But definitely, these are massive hit games, one after another. So the fact that they designed this really is the very first thing that captures my attention, why it's on my radar. Before anything else, this is a Prospero Hall game. And that means a lot. Now, I'm also a fan that, although this is a 2 to 4 player game, this is a fully cooperative game. So therefore, it can actually be soloed. You'd be running a minimum of 2 of the kids for the game, but still you can sit down and solo a fully cooperative game like this. And that's another thing that always does catch my attention, because I'm always looking for games that, in a worst case scenario, if something pandemically large happens again and hits us, that I have titles that in a pinch I can play solo. So yeah, that means a lot, I think. The building devices part of the game looks really fun to me, actually, because you're collecting enough pieces to symbolically put together the communication device. And in the game, what that translates to is you put enough of the right pieces together and have ET there. You're gonna get a phone die. You're gonna get a 6-sided die that has some phone icons on it. And I like that little aspect that you're literally building this, and then here, this is what you get physically. You now have this to roll and use. I think that's fun. I like that. Now, the characters that you're playing, the kids in this game, are asymmetrical in their abilities. So they're all coming to the table, all and no pun intended. They're bringing to the table unique abilities for each and every one of them. Now, the miniatures, beautiful miniatures, by the way, depict them all on their bicycles, which is very appropriate, right? But the thing about this is that these miniatures can actually link together, so that by doing so, the kids now both share some abilities as well as, some new possibilities are thrown in there. And again, when you add in E.T., when he's with the kids, when he's in a basket, that's bringing even more possibilities to the table for you, and hopefully enough to help you win the game. So I really feel like reading about this and seeing the photos of all this, I get the feeling that this is going to be a very interesting effect on replayability. That it's gonna keep that replayability high because of all these possibilities while you're playing the game. Now, everything I've read and seen and have been told about this game, specifically the rules aspect of it, is that it's very streamlined, very easy to pick up, to understand, to learn, and to teach. Now, that's kind of a bit of a hallmark with Prospero games, I feel, is that they never have come out with anything overly complicated. All their titles are very easy to pick up and to teach, and allegedly this one here is no different. So I applaud them for that, because that's always a bonus. There's a plus anytime you're looking for a game, if you can say that it's easy to learn and teach. So I think all these reasons together is why when I read about this game and discovered this game and found out more about it, I think these are the main reasons why it really latched onto me. Besides the obvious, let me sign off by saying, of course, the obvious is nostalgia. If you are familiar with E.T., especially if you're a first-gen E.T.er like me, you remember going to the movie theaters, or you were just, maybe not, but you were still so young when you saw the movie that it is a big chunk of your childhood. Yeah, that feeling of nostalgia is really going to kick in with this game. I can guarantee it. Everything about this is geared for that feeling. Thematically, this game is kicking it up another notch. So put all those things together, and that's why it's on my gaming radar. So if you're looking for a fun co-op / solo game with tons of replayability and is going to tug on your heartstrings there, I think E.T. is the way to go. So yeah, check out my Funko Games, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Light Years from Home game.